content creator here, working with a view, laptop lifestyle. There's actually decent service here, and I have an amazing view too. Leave a comment below. You tell me, do you want this to be your office? I know it might sound crazy, it might look a little crazy to outsiders. I know too many people become slaves to the stock market. No matter how much money you make, you have one life. And sadly, I know a lot of people who make a lot more money than I do, but they never travel. They're always in their cubicle. They're always in their office. They're exhausted by the end of the day. They want to retire. They don't like trading. It's stressful. I hear so many different issues. For me, I try to make a few $100s or a few $1,000s in a day. Then I close my laptop and I enjoy the day. I don't win every single time. Don't think that this is some kind of BS thing that my industry is sadly known for. But if you wait for the best place, namely, if you're traveling, if you don't have Wi-Fi, if you're jet lagged like me, if you're visiting a lot of charity projects like I do, I have charity projects now in 30 plus countries, you don't want to trade because the world is so fantastic. Hold on, let me stand up. I need to show you this. Can they see this? Can you understand how freaking magical the world is? You don't want to be a slave to the markets. You don't want to be a slave to money, okay? I know. I don't make the most money. I've only made $7.5 million in trading profits. My teaching business has actually lost money for 2 years straight as I invest more into training people. You know, we have the challenge. If you click the link below, this is where my 30 plus millionaire students come from. You can use stocks to trade. We now have scans. We have chat rooms, and we have XGPT, which is AI for the stock market. You can click the link below. So I'm not the best person to talk about like, oh, look how much money you can make. Look how profitable it can be. But there's more important things than just money. I do believe you need to make enough to get the freedom so that you can travel, you can support, like for me, I support my family. I support, over 90 charities. I support myself and my life. I give money to some friends too. I give money to wherever I want to because I have the freedom to do so. But after that, you don't need 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, or $1 billion like too many people think. You think that if you make enough, all your problems go away. Not true. I know a lot of rich people, and frankly, very rich people who have more problems than you think. If you make too much, you have to have a security guard. If you make too much, you always have to wonder, does somebody like you for you, or are they just using you for money? You always have to wonder. And there's that insecurity that actually can really, overwhelm you, as I know it does for a lot of rich people. Not even just that. What if you get all the toys that you ever wanted? I, grew up dreaming of exotic cars. I bought all of them. I bought a McLaren. I bought a Ferrari. I bought a Rolls Royce. I bought 2 Lambos. Did it make me happy? For a little bit. I fulfilled my childhood dreams. But after that, it was boring. My second Lambo was one of the worst days of my life. When it got delivered, I felt nothing. I did a $10,000 cancer test. I thought I had cancer. I didn't have cancer, but it just didn't fulfill me anymore. Traveling, seeing the world, helping different communities, that fulfills me. Teaching you guys, that fulfills me. So I encourage you to study up. I encourage you to make millions of dollars, get that financial freedom. But just don't think that's the end all be all. Because I know too many people where they have a lot of money and that's it. They're so poor, all they have is money. You might have heard that phrase. That's the truth, okay? You have a lot of people around here who live here. They have hardly any money to their name, but they have their lives, they have their families, they have a positive perspective on life, and they're grateful to be alive. I know a lot of people much more comfortable in terms of material goods, bank accounts, but that's it. Inside, they're depressed. Inside, they're insecure. Inside, they're lonely. You need to think about all this. I know you don't want to think about it. I know you just want stock picks. Many people have tuned off already. But I'm telling you, I wish someone had told me this in the beginning of my journey. By all means, study your ass off. Be obsessive, okay? If you want to study here, laptop lifestyle with a view, fantastic. If you want to huddle in your room, work from bed, trade from hotel rooms like I do, or, even at the library, if you can't afford hotel rooms, I started off trading in my high school library. Wherever you want to start, that's fine. But just think, later on down the road, what's going to make you happiest? I have 30 plus millionaire students. I tell them this exact same thing, but too many people don't think about the journey as a whole. They don't think about their whole story arc. What's going to make you happy? It's not just money. And if you focus solely on money and then, God forbid, you actually achieve your money dreams and that's it, you're going to be very confused. You're going to be very depressed. Myself, when I made too much money at a young age, I had so much fun. It was great, but it was an adrenaline rush. The adrenaline rush fades, okay? I show you beautiful places like this because not only does it inspire me, but I think that it also fulfills me. I'm always trying to think what makes me happiest, what fulfills me. And that's what you should be thinking about. Unfortunately, most people, it doesn't matter what they want to fulfill them, what will make them happiest. They don't have time. They're working in a rat race. They're working for people that they don't like, a boss that they don't like, a job that they don't like, because they didn't build financial freedom first. The best thing about financial freedom, not that I'm completely free. I'm still, addicted to trading. I'm still addicted to teaching you. I'm addicted to showing stuff like this. I can't just be here and enjoy it myself. That's the good and the bad. I am enjoying it, but I enjoy it more because it's my job and I want to present it to you, and I'm glad to show you new views and new perspectives. But you have to think about what makes you happiest. Quinn is filming this too. I got to bring up Quinn. Show yourself, Quinn.
Hello.
Quinn is a former accountant. He left his accounting job. He forgot about LIFO and FIFO, and now he's a great photographer, traveler, van builder, great friend, great guy. Are you happier than when you were an accountant?
Yes. Hands down, for sure.
This is what I need you to understand. You got to think outside the box. And I get it. You don't want to think about that. Maybe you're watching this, you're not close to being my next millionaire student. We all start somewhere. It doesn't matter if you have $500 in the bank. It doesn't matter if you have 5,000, 50,000, 500,000, 5 million. What makes you happiest is a question that you should ask yourself every single day. Life is short and you have one life, okay? Unfortunately, a lot of people go through life, they never get the chance to really become happy. They never ask themselves what makes them happiest. Happiness matters. Taking care of others matters. Taking care of yourself matters. Money just gives you the ability to rise above the rat race where, frankly, most people just don't have time to do anything that makes them happy, let alone think about it, because then they're just depressed thinking about a life that they could have instead of working for a crappy job, crappy boss, paying their crappy bills. There's a huge divide right now, and most people don't have enough savings. They don't have enough knowledge. So let's say I am getting through to you. Let's say, okay, Tim, I want to study. I want to be your next millionaire student. Like I said, click the link below, apply for my challenge. This is where 30 plus of my millionaire students come from. There's another link for stocks to trade. Use the program, use stocks to trade breaking news. No matter where you are, you can be alerted with all the best plays. Now we have XGPT, which is an AI program that curates the market. So you study, you have scanners, you have breaking news, and then you use new technology like AI. It all enhances your odds of success in an industry where 90% of traders lose. Never forget that. I might be trading from waterfall. I might have made millions trading, but it's not guaranteed. I'm barely green in 2023, barely green in 2022, but in 2020, 2021, I made $1 million each. Those were my two best years in a 25-year career. If you annualize my trading profits over 2+ decades, I'm making 200, 300,000 per year. But I'm also traveling the world. And now, we have 116 schools through my charity in 32 countries. I've been to over 100 countries. I found what I love. Teaching makes it more fulfilling. I would be very careful about the adrenaline rush of just stock trading profits or material goods that fades. Views like this, nature like this, freedom like this does not get old. I could come here again and again. But maybe it will get old. If I come here 50 times, maybe I'll change. I'm always open-minded enough to change and adapt. You have to adapt to what makes you happy. You also have to adapt in the market. I always say you have two moving targets, you and the market. You might find a great pattern that works great for you, and then the market changes, and then your pattern is gone. You might be very confused because you're not happy, you're studying, you're grinding, and then the market heats up, and then you're prepared. 30 plus millionaire students, but the majority of them made the majority of their money in 2020 and 2021. How do they know how to make so much money? Everyone made money then. Yes, but they did it in a responsible way. And most people in 2020 who made a lot in 2020 and 2021 lost it, or most of it in 2022, 2023, because they made it in an irresponsible way. They hodled. They didn't know when to take losses. They didn't know when to take profits. No discipline, no trade planning, lack of education. You can always lose in any given market, any given day. You're only one trade away from really being humbled if you ever go all in or use leverage. But I'm so proud of my millionaire students because they learned the right way. And even though I made $1 million each in 2020 and 2021, I trade in a really conservative way. People made much more than me, but they lost it all. So for me, I trade in a conservative way. I bring my laptop, I bring my smartphone. I'm always prepared for trades, but it's not like I'm going all in. I make an average of $1,500 per trade. That's my average over 20 plus years. My average loss is roughly $500 per trade. So my gains are roughly 3 times as big as my losses, and I win roughly 2 to every 1 loss. So if you win more often than you lose, and your gains are bigger than your losses, your account grows. You have to stay disciplined though. Rule number 1 is cut losses quickly. I never get stubborn, or I should say I should never get stubborn. Sometimes I do, but if you're disciplined and you cut losses quickly and you take your singles, not going for home runs, the gains can add up. Some people will say, well, Tim, you make $1,500 all the time. You're never going to be a millionaire. You can always get more aggressive later on in your journey. If you look at all my millionaire students in the beginning, they made very little money or nothing. Jack Kellogg, who's over $12 million, he lost money for the first 18 months of his career. Think about that. Jack Kellogg, great guy. Watched my YouTube videos while he was a valet. He was parking cars for other people. He studied up. He wanted a better life for him and his family. Now he's made over $12 million. But 18 months of really consistent losses. He actually took 3 months off just to gain a new perspective. All the while he's studying, tinkering, trading small, paper trading even. You got to understand that if you're going to be successful, you're going to have ups and downs. It's not just a straight line. Everyone wants a straight line. That's not realistic, okay? You got to learn from your mistakes. And guess what? Over time, you'll be grateful for those early mistakes. They make you smarter. You learn what not to do. I would be very, very worried about a student who always wins in the beginning, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't lose big, starts sizing up, trading bigger, and then doesn't have the required education to trade with size. You got to learn to lose small. Jack Kellogg, Tim Grittani, $1,500 into $15 million, my first 8-figure student. He made nothing his first 9 months. Nothing. While studying and trading almost every day. But CNN did an article, 3 years in, 1,500 into $1 million. And like I said, now he's at nearly 15 million. He's got a great wife, 2 kids. Quinn and I used to travel with him. We were saying, where is he? But he's got a family and kids now. He's a good traveler, right?
Oh yeah.
Him and Donna.
Super fun.
We'll get him back again. I actually just was in Japan with my first millionaire student, Michael Good, and his wife, celebrating their 19th year anniversary. Pretty amazing. I love traveling with my students. I love seeing what my strategy and what my teachings can do for you. Because you have to remember, I never had a teacher. I never had a mentor. So I know how confusing it is. I know how crappy it feels in the beginning. But we all start somewhere. I'm giving you this as visual motivation. Zoom in. Come on, come down here. Just zoom in. They don't need to see me all the time. Right? This is a beautiful thing. Just look at this. Get some visual inspiration. Take screenshots. Take video. Take photos. You can get here too. You can achieve everything that I've done over time and more. Let's not forget, Tim Grittani, Jack Kellogg, they've made more than me. And I have more students coming up. It's not just a few students. 30 plus millionaire students, but more and more students are making 5 and 6 figures, and it takes time to add up and earn it. And sometimes you're going to need to learn not to trade. Right now, as I'm filming this in, what are we in, December of 2023, Jack Kellogg actually just wired money out of his account. He has 0 in his trading accounts. He hasn't traded in a week and a half. You might think, what are you tired of, Tim? He's made $12 million. He's made $2 million this year. Why would he wire out? Right now, he's not feeling it. His patterns aren't working. He's been grinding. He's been trying to study. He's been trying to trade. He's just not really making that much the past 2 or 3 months. So he says, you know what? Let me take some time off. Let me actually have perspective. He's traveling more. He's taking care of his health. I'm going to see him in a few weeks in Japan. Me, Jack, Lucas, another millionaire trader. Jack Schwartz, another one of my millionaire students, and a few other traders like Lance. We're all going to Japan for a big foodie trip. We love Japan. We love the whole idea of just, working hard, like samurai mentality, Mamba mentality, for those of you who are Kobe fans. I just got to be real with you, If you look at me like standing here with a laptop and a waterfall, you're like, come on, Tim, this is ridiculous. It's not. The only thing that's ridiculous is how narrow-minded people can be. You can do anything you want in this life. I truly believe we live in the most fascinating time in human history. Not enough people respect that. You don't realize that all the information, all the ability to change your life and your family's life is on this laptop, is on this smartphone. And you have ability for both. And I'm not saying either is going to happen overnight, but you have the opportunity. People in the past, decades ago, centuries ago, didn't matter how much they wanted a different life, didn't matter what their dreams were, they didn't have the opportunity. There wasn't free-flowing information. There was a lot of war. There was a lot of famine. There was a lot of plague. We have modern medicine. Understand, I know that's a debated point, but at the same time, you have the ability. And if I can reach just one person through videos like this, then I've succeeded. Because once you start to realize that you can do anything, you will be surprised at how quickly you pick things up. Not necessarily make money, because again, 90% of traders lose. Even my top students lose at first. But if you stick with it, if you say, I'm not going to be part of the 90%. I refuse to be like everybody else. I refuse to give in to my haters and my doubters and my friends and family who either don't believe in you or maybe they don't believe in me. You know how many times people say Tim Sykes is a scam, penny stocks is a scam? I've heard it all before. Understand, most people who teach are scams. Most penny stocks are scams. I'm going to be real with you though. That's the secret to my success, just being blunt and being open-minded enough. Knowing that I made millions after starting with a few thousand. Now nearly 3 dozen of my students have done the same. You think that's luck? The harder you work, the luckier you get. So I'm trying to implant this idea of studying, dedication, patience, adaptation, flexibility. These 5 tenets matter to you. Nothing is an exact science. Nothing is a given. But if you are so stubborn in your will to succeed, if you say your friends or your family says you can't be a millionaire, and you think of that in your head, and instead of believing them like too many people do, you think about that and you use it as a chip on your shoulder, and you say, so-and-so doesn't believe in me, so-and-so doesn't think I'll make it, I'll show them. And that chip on your shoulder is going to lead you to push yourself far more than you thought possible. And maybe not at first, but over time, if you stay studious, if you stay dedicated, even if you take a few days, weeks, or months off from trading, but all the while studying, all the while thinking this is a marathon, not a sprint, you will succeed in the long run. And then your losses, your failures, your mistakes, your downtimes, your depression, your, anger, your frustration, all of that you will be grateful for because it will help you become who you are. It will help mold you. And you cannot become a successful trader. You cannot become a happy person without the negative. The sweet isn't as sweet without the sour. You have to appreciate the downs. You have to appreciate the bad stuff. I'm fortunate enough where I had downs. I lost $1 million once upon a time on Sigma C transactions. I was so young and dumb and cocky, I made enemies with a magazine editor. He got all of his journalist friends to write about me. Terrible. In hindsight, I would have done things differently. But I'm grateful for it because, again, now I know what not to do. It molded me. So come over here. Show them the view one more time. Listen to my voice and look at the waterfall. This is like a psychological thing. Woosah, woosah. Listen to the sound of water. Listen to the sound of nature. But seriously, you can do anything. Incredible views like this, seemingly impossible views like this, seemingly impossible offices, laptop lifestyle, it is possible. But you need to be open-minded enough, you need to be patient enough. So leave a comment, let me know if you're inspired, let me know if you're going to work your butt off, let me know if you want to be my next millionaire student, let me know if you have someone in your life who says that you can't do things, if you have doubters and haters, even self-doubt. You have to overcome all of that negativity. Live in the light. We have great light right now. This is where you need to live. Show them the light Here, we're gonna do something. Show them the light. It's all light. It's all beautiful. It's sunny. Now go to the darkness. That's still beautiful. Light. And go to like the other side. There's no. Yeah. Wait. Go like where it's ugly. We're in a beautiful place. This is impossible. But the point is that there's a light in the dark. Okay. You have to stay positive. You have to stay dedicated. Do not give in to the negativity. Do not give in to the darkness. You can achieve anything you want in this life. Trust me on that. I've been to over 100 countries. I have nearly 3 dozen millionaires, but I'm just getting started, okay? I'm going to travel more. I'm going to create more millionaires. I'm going to name more schools after my millionaire students. I'm going to donate more money to charity. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to keep adapting, keep finding what makes me happy. I'm not reading a script, guys. I'm just telling you what I think because so many people have the wrong mindset, either due to yourself, your experiences, people in your life. Negativity breeds negativity. There's toxic people everywhere. You have to weed toxic people out. Focus on me now. Now I'm passionate. You have to weed negative people out of your life. You need to weed toxic people out of your life and your social media feeds. I know there's a lot of negativity on social media. Ignore that crap. Right now, at the end of 2023, the stock market has been on fire. Social media, into it, has been purely negative, saying this shouldn't happen. We have inflation, we have wars, we have all this stuff. What is the stock market doing? Surging. Everyone on FinTwit, or most people on FinTwit, have been wrong. Negative people will always find a way to be negative. They'll always try to get people down to their lowly level, and they'll try to suck you in. And it's tricky. It's like quicksand. You might fall and you can't get out. You need to be aware of that. Do not give in to the negativity. Do not give in to toxic people. Seriously, block people on social media. You'll thank me. I'm a very positive person. I'll keep showing you beautiful places. Look at this. There's no one here. Show them everything. Do a 360. Why is nobody here? This place is freaking beautiful. Because not enough people realize the beauty of the world and their potential in life. There's so many people with so much potential, and it's truly a tragedy if you don't capitalize on it. Like I sit here, I'm standing here looking at this, and I just think about this, maybe because I was like a philosophy major, so I'm more introspective, maybe because I've traveled so much, so I'm more open-minded, but like, no matter who's watching this, I don't care how smart you are, I don't care how good at math you are, I'm just an average guy. I'm not that great at math, okay? My top students aren't great at math. We're not geniuses. We just learned that there's opportunity and we recognize the path to go forward. And the cool thing about 30 plus millionaire students, I have bugs flying on me, is now there's a path, not just that I've done for myself, there's a path for students. 30 plus millionaire students, it's not a question of if I'm going to create anymore, it's who. Who wants it bad enough? Who's willing to follow instructions? Click links below. You have instructions right now. You'd be surprised how many people make excuses. Why don't you use stocks to trade? Oh no, I don't want it. Why? Why don't you use XGPT where it curates the best stocks? Oh no, I don't like AI. The AI revolution is coming whether you like it or not. You better be a part of it. Otherwise, you're going to be left out. You're going to fall behind. You're going to get very bitter because AI can just crunch more numbers, see more patterns than the human brain is capable of. And XGPT has only been out for a few weeks as of right now, but it's picking 50, 100, 200% winners. Not every day, but more times than not. And remember, rule number 1 is cut losses. So if you're ever wrong on a stock, you lose 3, 5% max. You don't get stubborn. And then you have winners, 20%, 30%, 50%, 100%. You don't even have to win the majority of the time. If you win, let's say 50-50, but your average win is 20% and your average loss is 5%, again, this isn't complicated math. Your account grows. Why do students lose money in the beginning if it's so simple? Because you're learning different patterns. A lot of these patterns and lessons are counterintuitive. You have to find your sweet spot. You have to find what works best for you. You have to learn to lose small. It's not fun to lose. It's frustrating, but you have to learn to be okay with it. Show the waterfall one more time. One last analogy, okay? You got this beautiful waterfall in the light. Show the left side. Show the, yes. This is the left. And show the right side. Still beautiful, but there's the dark side. One more dark, more dark. Damn you, iPhone, stop color coordinating. There we go. You can't have the light without the dark. You can't have the positive without the negative. In any journey, you're going to have ups and downs. In any journey, you're going to have fans and supporters and haters and doubters. In any journey, you're going to have highs and lows. In any journey, you're going to believe in yourself, and sometimes you're going to be like, what am I doing? It's all natural. I've been teaching now for 15 years. I've been trading for 25 years. So I might not have 50 years experience, but I've dedicated more than half my life to this. And now I dedicate my life to you. So please, do me a favor. Stay in the light. Be positive. Believe in yourself. Watch this video if you need to again. Send it to a friend who maybe needs a little positivity, a little inspiration. Because if I can get here and my 30 plus millionaire students can get the financial freedom, you can too. It's not a question of if. I'm sweating, sorry, it's hot. It's a question of who. Who wants it the most? Who's willing to study the most? Who's willing to focus on quality setups, not quantity? You don't need to trade every day. You don't need to trade every minute, hour, or second. You don't need hotkeys. You don't need to become a slave to the market. Utilize the stock market to enhance your life. Utilize my teachings to enhance your life. If I can help you in any way whatsoever, stock market, outside of stock market, I'm glad. It's not just about money. It's any kind of tip that I can give you. Because again, I never had a mentor. In the first few years, I made so many boneheaded mistakes. I had no guidance. Even when I made my first million, I was a moron. I didn't understand risk management. I was way too cocky. I didn't have perspective. So I'm very proud of my millionaire students, but I'm also helping them deal with their newfound money. I'm helping them not lose it. I'm helping them maximize it and live their life so they can continue being successful. My job is never done. That's the job of a teacher, but I love it. Whether you want to give me credit or not. I have some millionaire students who pretend that they were never my student or they never learned from me. And it sucks, it's kind of a punch in the gut, but I accept it. I didn't get into this for credit. I got into this to help people. I got into this to show you your view. I got in this to show you the way. So, anyway, we're going to go hike down there. We're going to see if I can face my fear of this crazy ladder. There's a ladder apparently that goes all the way down. Where's the ladder, Quinn?
Around the bend here.
It might be intense. We'll see. You don't need to force yourself to be so scared to do anything. I'm not saying say yes to everything. This isn't just like a generalized Jim Carrey movie where saying yes gets you into trouble. But be open-minded and think about saying yes. Think about being dedicated. Think about the world and your role in it. Think about your potential. Come down here. Show them the view one more time. One more time. You need this view. You need some daily inspiration. I'm going to include some drone clips. I'm going to include some more photos that we're going to take around here. Seriously, screenshot whatever you want. Take videos. Remember it. You can do this. You can build your dream life with enough hard work, time, effort, patience, ups and downs. But recognizing that it's not just about where you can get, it's the journey as a whole. And the journey as a whole inevitably includes some downs, some depressing times, but you must keep going. Never quit, never surrender, never stop learning, never stop thinking that you can achieve more, because the human brain is so incredible. We hardly even understand how much we're capable of. I look at, waterfalls like this. I look at nature like this. I look at students when you guys message me. I read all my DMs. I read all my comments. By the way, I have no other profiles. If you think I'm DMing you, I'm not. If you think I'm WhatsApping you, I'm not. Those are just sad crypto scammers. But I look at everything, and I do Q&A in my challenge webinars. If you click the link below, wait, let me get my phone. There we go. Click the link below. There's multiple links. Use stocks to trade, use XGBT, and get into my challenge. The challenge is the only place that I do Q&A every week. It's the only place that I do live trading webinars every week. It's the only place that my millionaire students do Q&A. None of my millionaire students or I are DMing you. There's a lot of sad scammers out there. So I got to be real with you. But more than not, there's more positive than negative in this world. We still do live in the most fascinating time. We're going to live longer thanks to modern medicine and technology. The question is, what are you going to do with your time? Are you going to be happy or not? Are you going to earn your financial freedom or not? It's up to you and your effort and your work ethic. And I can't guarantee success, but I can help speed up your learning curve. Leave a comment below. Click some links below. Let's see if you got what it takes. It's my honor to teach you.